Alright lads, we got ourselves the second half, slightly late, I'm well aware of it. But we're going to have a look at our team, we're here now, we are doing nice and fine and dandy. So you know what, we're going to get straight into this with the first match, being up against the Zaha stage, which is pissed. This is the going way we're going to fight right here, you know, just take off the Buhan because there's no need for a red on the team. So we're going to get into it. Let's say also put on maybe Vegeta for the extra points, but we'll be fine enough. So firstly, we're going to get rid of Saiyan Red. Then we're going to get rid of Zaha. Then we're going to get rid of Bulma. Get rid of Vegeta. Get rid of Nappa. And get rid of Shallop because Saiyan Red should be dead from boot tanks. So let's go. And as it always is, fairly easily and nicely done. With us killing in the third turn, so yeah, 1.6 full kill, easy enough. We're gonna move straight on to the next fight, being right in front of us again against this stage. Alright, so yeah, so we're gonna have to fight right here, you know, take off the cell because there is multiple yellows and it's not ideal, so let's get into this. And the way we do this fight is gonna be slightly tricky because we either have to 1, get rid of him, or 2, get rid of him. And to the fact we do have boo tanks, we could in all honesty get rid of these two within the first turn. So we're going to actually try that here. We're going to try. So we're going to get rid of Frieza first. It's an attempt. Only because of the fact I want to see if this works. If it doesn't work, well then obviously we'll see the fact that there's 2 super gauges sitting there if it works. If not, then yeah. Otherwise we're going to get next to Goku. Get rid of this Goku. Get rid of Zanya. Get rid of Hit. Then get rid of Bojack because he's got the bubble shield. But if this doesn't work out, do it like this here. I'm going to get rid of everybody here. Do Goku first. Then I would suggest getting rid of Namek Goku. Get rid of Zanya. Then get rid of Hit. Get rid of Bojack. And then get rid of Frieza at the very end. Only because, again, he has the super attack. However, we're just going to do it the way we did it before, which is this here. So let's just get into this. I'm hoping that made sense to every single one of you there. But we got ourselves a nice 2.8. And from what I can understand, either 1 didn't get Kaioken dead or we did. I'll double check. But yeah, from what I can understand, we probably didn't. But again, I'll double check. But yeah, nicely done with 2.8. Next fight gonna be this fight, this stage right in front of us against the first proper problematic stage. The way we got the fight right here, because the fact this team is like half a full color wheel. Actually, no, I'm gonna take up the cell. I'm gonna keep DKP on. It is like mostly a full color wheel, but I think for this here, we're probably going to need to keep it like this here, just see if this works. So let's, now why did I say this is going to be problematic? I do see a green there, but it's against 2 yellows. Why do I say it's problematic? Because we have a cover rescue, we have a tag switch, healer, and a stunner. Although not completely synergized, but the point being, we're going to get rid of them first because Boo Tank's going to be attacking first, you might as well get rid of them. Then we're going to get rid of cover rescue. Then we're getting rid of Roshi. Only because the fact he stuns, I believe, turn 2 or 3. At the end of turn 2, start turn 3, one of those two, I think I'll double check. I'll just say yes or no. And then obviously I'll give it a sign. Next we're going to get rid of Casserole. Then we're going to get rid of Frieza. And then we're going to get rid of Birdcoo at the very end because he'll buff everybody within a certain range. By that I mean 1 tile up and then 2 diagonally from him at the bottom. So let's go. And come out of that fight, how well are we looking? Are we all fine and dandy? Absolutely. With a nice full kill, 4.6, easy enough, moving on. Next fight gonna be against this fight for stage fairly easily. And yeah, no, we're just gonna keep it like this here, taking off the yellow cell because there's 3 reds. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. Alright, now the way we're gonna do this here is I'm gonna actually suggest getting rid of 21 first. Because if she's out of the way immediately, that's great. Then you gotta get rid of Roshi because of the blast cover change. Then you get rid of the Gohan. Then you get rid of 15 Rosie, and then the Great Samurai 1 and 2 at the very end. So yeah, let's go. And come on, that fight, how well are we looking? We should be all fine. Absolutely looking like peak shit. 5.2, full kill, easy enough, moving on. Next fight gonna be this 4th stage right here. But why not the 5th stage? Yes, it's very doable. I can definitely see that. It's a full free to play stage. What about this 4th stage? It's basically the same thing as this other one over here. But if we go to here, you have the option of doing this here. You have the option of doing this here. Or if the option of doing this here. All preferably not the best. However, this is honestly is actually not even that bad for a future saga. However, if we go to here with the option of the 5th fight. So yeah, we're going to go here. Yeah, no, this is probably going the way we're going to fight right here. Why am I not bringing on the yellow cell for the extra buffs? because there's like one purple and he's a non-issue, so I can deal with him fairly easily. And green is a slightly more problematic type coloring compared to everyone else. So firstly, we're going to get rid of this Trunks first, because if you kill a Gohan, he's going to get super attacks left, right, and center. Then you get rid of this Gohan. Then you get rid of Great Saiyaman. I don't know why I said it like that. Then get rid of this Gotenks, get rid of this Piccolo, and then get rid of the Legends Road at the very end, because he's going to be the tankiest out of a lot of them. Even though I think Gotenks actually will be a lot tankier, or about to see him, but it's fine. So let's go. And come on, that fight's how well our Blues looking. Actually, fairly decent. That actually was also somewhat of a problematic stage. Why do I say this here? Because the fact they're actually somewhat synergized. They're very synergized, but it was no problem for us. So we're going to move on. Next fight going to be against the stage. GT's looking nice and crispy. There's no purples and there's only reds, yellows and greens, I believe. So there's no need to bring on the yellow cell. And the purple cell, there's very problematic yellows. By that I mean Pan, but we're going to leave it at that. This is the way we got the fight right here, so let's get straight into this here. Now the way you want to do this here normally is get rid of this Pan. However, Boo-Tank's going to get rid of this Goku first. I think he might swap in for him, but I'm not too sure. But if he does, well then tough shit. We're going to get rid of him first, then going to get rid of Pan next. Then we're going to get rid of Rildo. They're going to get rid of this Goku, get rid of this Trunks, then this Rildo at the very end because he's going to be fodder. But even if we do get swapped in for that Rildo, it's fine. It should be all good. As long as we get rid of him, he doesn't apply the debuffs later on to the fight, we should be fine enough. So let's go. And come out of that fight, how well are we looking? We should be all fine and dandy. Absolutely, 7.2, full kill, easy enough. Barely got anything, so he didn't cover changing. That's all I need to know. So yeah, moving on. Next fight going to be this 5-5 stage right here, because this 4-5 stage is a hell no. Why? Because you got Omega sitting there, you have 17 sitting there, and you have Zamasu. The bottom three are complete fodder. It's the top three you need to worry about. Because you need to kill Omega first, but you also need to kill 17 first as well. Whereas this 5-5 stage is far too synergized because the fact is a complete movie stage, so I'd rather go for the one that's not synergized at all. This is where we're going to have to fight right here. Why am I doing it like this here and not, I don't know, DKP down here where he's not going to be cover changing? Reasons to be kept quiet, but we should be fine enough, hopefully. Now, I didn't bring on the cell, the purple cell, only because of the fact of these two little rats, but we're going to get rid of them first. Then we're going to get rid of Garlic Jr. immediately after, because he's going to be a very problematic unit. Then we're going to get rid of Roshi to avoid the stun. These two are complete fodder, because, I mean, other than Tien, Krillin's not doing anything. Then get rid of Nappa last because of the fact he's a revival unit. And actually, I would actually argue that Garlic Jr. is a bit more of a priority, so we're going to get rid of Garlic Jr. first. Then basically everyone else follow suit afterwards. Why? Because it's going to be so much better because the fact he's actually fairly good, and he only requires Turret's Core or movies. One of the two, I think it might be Turtle Core, more so. So he's going to get nothing. Otherwise, we're going to get straight into this here. And come out of that fight, we should be looking fine and dandy. Absolutely looking crispy. With 8.1 full kill, avoided his super attack like almost last second. But yeah, it's fine. Hope and Andy. Let's move on to the next fight, being against this 5-5 stage against Dragon Ball Saga, which is going to be a fun time. This is probably going to be the way we're going to fight right here. I'm going to need a full color wheel for this here, and the fact there's two greens on here is going to be very problematic, so it should be a fun time. Now, the way you would want to do this here is you want to get rid of like these three as your main priority first, but the fact that Roshi's blast cover change is what's going to be killing me. It's like the mental stage right here. But I would definitely suggest getting rid of Piccolo first, only because the fact that Boo-Tanks can super kill him, so it's going to be piss easy. I would suggest getting rid of Roshi next. Then I would say this Goku, get rid of DKP, this Goku, and then this Aether at the very end, only because the fact he gives death buffs as soon as he's dead. And since everyone here is very problematic, you're going to need to leave him to last, otherwise they're going to get some mental buffing. And this Goku provides support for Dragon Ball Saga, meaning that you kind of want to kill him first. However, Roshi has a blast cover change, so it's not needed. He is just stupid, and the fact that Boo-Tank's going to be super in first is why I'm putting him priority. Otherwise, I would put this Goku as priority, but this should be fine enough, so let's go. Alright, coming out of that fight, how well are we looking? We should be all fine. And, you know, slightly a bit under the weather because the cell, the way I'm looking at it, but it's fine. 9.1. Still got the full kill, which is what I'm looking for, and is all we need. So yeah, nicely done. Moving on. Next fight going to be this fight for stage right in front of us against basically another mohawk, another thin hair stage. This is the way we're going to fight right here. I'm going to try and keep Cell that slightly bit alive, and putting him onto the sustained damage cut tile will be very beneficial for him. So we're going to leave it like this here, and let's get into it. Now the way we want to do this here is I would suggest getting rid of 16, then give rid of Shin immediately afterwards. Then I could suggest getting rid of Beto because he'll do a grab and completely negate something. No, it won't negate anything, but he'll get slightly buffed and debuff you. Then you're going to get rid of Nappa, Raccoon, and then Zamasu at the very end. Usually I will go for Zamasu first on this type of stage. However, it's not that type of stage. It's a completely different type, but the exact same type of stage. If this makes any sense, probably not. But he's going to be the tankiest out of a lot of them, so you're safer putting him to last. But I'm also thinking that since Boo Tank's going to be super, and get rid of Shin immediately. But then basically keep everyone else in the exact same order. Just swap Shin and 16 around will be fine enough. So let's go. And come out of that fight, how well are we looking? We should be all good. Absolutely. Still taking a wee bit, but it's fine. 11.3 full kill. Easy enough. Moving on. Next fight going to be the 4th stage right in front of us. Why not go for the 4th stage over here? Yes, we have done this before. Yes, it's doable. Yes, there's healing tiles. However, if we go to here, we literally have like very little options up here because this fight is a hellhole. This fight over here, I'd rather not do. This fight here, I'd rather not do because the fact there's 2 ultras, a debuffer, mental damage dealer, and a stupid tank. So yeah, then you have this here, which again, Omega 17 and Baby and UG4, not exactly the best. Meaning we have to leave it with this here, but if we go to here, then we only have the option of doing this here as a high fist fight, or this 3 fist fight, which I prefer not to do. Whereas if we go to the 4 fist fight, it's simple enough, and then we go to this 5 fist fight, piss easy. That's why I'm going to here, so let's go. Yeah, this is the way we're going to fight right here. Not really too much needed. I could, in all honesty, just win the last few fights and just throw on all my high tier characters. However, I'm going to be safe, and then leave it for the last fight, so let's go. And the way we do this fight is we're going to get rid of Baby first. Then we're going to get rid of these two. Then we're going to get rid of Truby, get rid of Goku, get rid of Majub, and then Baby Vegeta at the very end. I almost forgot his name for some reason. But yeah, he might buff people above him, but if those people above him are already dead by that point, he's not going to give anyone any buffs other than himself. And even then, I don't even think he even gives it to himself. He heals himself, but that's about it. Bola and Vegeta are more of an issue because they have a board wide shit, and he's just got a strike negator, so just be careful that you run the strike team. And then Truby is just stupid. I know that much, so we're going to leave it like this here, so let's go. And come out of that fight, we should be all fine and dandy. And absolutely are, other than Piccolo getting absolutely washed. I don't know what happened to him. He must have got absolutely whammed by these two, but it's fine. He can be left with, so let's move on. But the next fight, being against this here as we've seen before. So we're going to fight right here, just take it up the Cell because he's not needed. The fact that there's 3 reds on here is what's problematic, so let's go. I would honestly have taken Baby off here this fight because it's actually not even that bad. However, the fact that Piccolo is near dead is what's the issue. But we're going to get rid of the tag units first. Then we're going to get rid of Android Gamma 2. Don't know why, for some reason I butchered his name there, but we're going to get rid of Gamma 1. Then we're going to get rid of him, get rid of 19, and then get rid of Eater at the end. I almost called him Sixer. Eater, because again, as I said, death buffs. Rather not do it. But yeah, let's go. And coming out of that fight, we are absolutely crispy. Oh yeah. 15 full kill. Avoid his super attack. I actually completely forgot he even had a super attack thing on his turn 3. So be actually wary of that. So yeah, moving on to the last fight, being against the superhero stage, because literally the only stage that you can actually physically do. It's so troublesome, but it's the best stage here. Yeah, no, it's probably going to be the best formation we have to our disposal, only because the fact that if we put in this Cell, he's going to get washed by Beast Gohan. If we put in this Cell, he's going to get washed by the Gammas and Fat Gotenks. And to be fair, he probably could get washed by the Purple Piccolo. He could get washed by the Blue Beast Gohan. He could get washed by, I don't know, Piccolo Revival, but it's fine. This is probably the best team we got ourselves here, so let's go. Again, there's 2 yellows, rather not. And everyone else just 1 color. I would put him on, but you're safe in leaving the Purple Perfect Cell off. So we're going to get into this here with these 2 being your main priorities. I honestly would suggest doing the Ultimate Gohan first, because the fact that Bootanks. Then you get rid of Beast Gohan. Then you're gonna have to get rid of the Gammas. Then get rid of Gotenks. Get rid of this Piccolo, and then the Revival Piccolo at the very end. And honestly, I'm not 100% too sure with this fight. I just know for a fact that he provides support. He's mental and got a blast cover. He's got a universal cover. He's got a blast cover until he transforms, and then he's a strike cover. And he's got a strike cover. It's going to be a hellhole. This is the only best fight we got here, but let's get into it. So, as expected, that was not going to kill him. I'm not surprised. And Baby did die. So, I kind of was expecting Bootanks to have killed Ultimate Gohan. But it's fine. I could be left with. Could have been better. Absolutely. Probably could have, I don't know, saved myself a blue unit and put on someone else preferable. Like, I don't know, the Cell. Probably could have put on Perfect Cell, but considering how they were doing Baby Vegeta, I wouldn't have been surprised if they absolutely washed him as well. But it is what it is. Still got 15.9 mil. Still got ourselves a nice and secure, give or take, I think that's about, what, 19 million there now? Give or take about 19.1. 119.1. 119.7. You know what? 100% will take it. For what we did, 100% will take it. Let's see whereabouts we end up on the leaderboard. And I'm going to guess about 300 odd. Okay, no, I put myself far short. Never mind. That's 768. Fair enough. I am like 3 TV behind, but it's fine. 768. 100% will take it. Still got ourselves the nice and juicy 1KCC, which is what we always want to get. I want to see who's top 1000. I want to see. I just want to see, as I always do. See who's up there. And we got Krillin Gohan to 14 stars. Super Warriors. Or, no, it's Namek Saga. I mean, fair enough, yeah. Namek Saga, sure, why not? Fair enough. If you got the stars, use them. Bojack, who's he with? Movies? Yep, movies. With Zaha there. Fair enough. All Z tier, I think. And then a couple androids, I think, here. Who's this here? Is this Android? It's androids. Fair enough. Fair enough. And, yeah, no, it's androids, movies. And what is this here? Super Warrior? Yeah, no, fair enough. You got the blue Yamchas, you know what? He's pretty good. So anything I can't say. But, yeah, no, movies primarily taking the entire top half of that board. But, yeah, I'll leave it off here. Hope you enjoyed. I shall see you all in the next one.